Hey yogis and yoginis, welcome back. Today we're going to work on strengthening our core. Remember, your core wraps all around your body, so it's not just the front abs that we're going to be working today, it's all around. We're also going to focus on balance because I feel like it's really good to warm up your core and then work on your balance. Also, I wanted to make this video for a friend of mine who has MS, and a lot of times with MS you have a little bit trouble balancing, so this is really good to work that core and then work your balance. So hop on your mat and join me. If you'd like to grab a block or a package of toilet paper to help you balance for some of the balance postures, we'll also use this for tic tacs. And if you would like padding for your knees, because we will be on our knees for a little bit of time, a beach towel or a blanket. Also, you may want a belt for some of the balancing postures. So if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a belt or a tie and just grab whatever you can. When you get that, make it into a big loop, the biggest loop that you can. For this practice, I wanted to work on Ujjayi breath. It heats up the body, and when we're working with our core, I wanted to just heat your core all the way up, so let's practice that. So the way you do Ujjayi breath, we're going to first practice it with breathing in and out through our mouth. So we're just going to take a deep breath in. You can breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in. Breathe out through your mouth and make a ha sound. Good. And I want you to focus on pulling that belly button to your spine when you're breathing out. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out through your mouth and ha. Did you pull the belly button in? Good job. One more. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth, pull the belly in. Make that kind of creepy ha, Halloween type sound, okay? Halloween type sound. Okay. All right, now that you've gotten really good at making that ha sound on your exhale, we're going to do it with our mouth closed and breathe in and out through our nose only, still focusing on pulling that belly button in and making that ha sound with the mouth closed. Here we go. Sitting up tall. Good. Now, I want you to practice doing the same exact breath, hugging the belly button in on your exhale, and this time try to make your inhale and your exhale the same amount of time. So maybe pick a number, maybe pick 4. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Maybe your number's 6. Just try to make it even. Here we go. Go. Breathing in and out through the nose. Now see if you can try that breath throughout the practice today and just notice how you feel with it. Okay, let's get started. Let's start off with a few stretches. Take your feet out in front. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward and reach for those toes. You can round your back if it doesn't bother your back and tuck your chin to your chest. If it does bother your back, just keep your back straight. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out your spine. Exhale, fold again. Do one more, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, rise up. Take a straddle, feet out wide, sit up tall, walk your hands forward, and round your back if it doesn't bother your back, or keep your back straight. Maybe try getting your elbows down to the mat or a block. Inhale, rise up. Let's take our feet together for butterfly, knees out wide. Press the knees to the ground. Inhale, tall. Exhale, walk your hands forward, keeping your back straight. If you have any back pain, if you don't, you can round your back. Inhale, rise up, straighten out your spine. Exhale, let's go onto our backs. Now take your knees together and your feet wide in constructive rest. Bring awareness to your breath and try to inhale for 4 to 8 seconds and exhale for 4 to 8 seconds. Breathing in and out through the nose. And on your exhale, I want you to use that Ujjayi breath, so constricting your throat on your breath out. Lengthen the back of your neck, taking your chin toward your chest. One more deep breath. Deep breath out. All right. Distance apart. Hug your lower back into the mat. So if you can take your hand under your back is way too arched. So press that back into the mat. So you're kind of tilting that pelvis up toward the sky. That way you can't get your hand through under your back. That's how you want your core to be activated throughout all of these ab exercises. Okay? We're gonna start off with some internal ab work. So keeping that core activated, low back pressing into the mat, we're just gonna straighten one leg down the mat and then lift it up. Then lower it down, bring it in. Other leg, straighten, lift up, down, in. We're gonna do 10, slow and controlled, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, don't forget to breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Give your knees a hug. Rock side to side. We have to smile through this core work. It makes it so much better. All right, plant those feet on the mat. Let's take a few bridge poses. So make sure that your feet are hip distance apart and you can reach down and kind of touch your heels with your fingertips. That's where you want your feet to be. And before we lift up, press the low back down, tilting the pelvis, squeeze the glutes, then lift the hips. Lengthen the back of your head, taking your chin toward your chest and then resting it down. Keep the back body nice and tight. Breathe for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep squeezing. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down slowly. Take a little windshield wiper with your knees side to side. I used to not like core work. I used to dread it. And over time, I had to go to PT to fix my core after having a C-section, 2 C-sections. And I didn't know I was having low back pain because I never worked the internal abs, which is what we're working right now. And I had to do so much core work because it started to become easier. All right, now we're gonna press that low back into the mat, tilting the pelvis up. Keep that activation in your core and take your shins parallel to the sky. So get that right angle there in your knees. All we're gonna do is take one knee out to the side, about halfway to the ground, and then bring it back in. Keep the core activated. Other knee down and back in. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. If you feel your back coming off the ground, slow down and do less. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And other side, so we're even. Then take your heels to the sky for waterfall. Keeping that core activated, low back pressing down. We're gonna lower our legs just until the back wants to pop up and then come back in. Lower, and then in. You may go further down than me, or maybe less than me. We'll do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and in, and hug the knees, rock side to side. All right, reach through your legs, grab the outsides of your feet, press the soles of the feet to touch, pull your feet toward you, press your knees away from you for Supta Baddha Konasana. Again, lengthen the back of the neck and breathe here. Let's take a few Ujjayi breaths. From here, take happy baby. Take your heels up to the sky, holding onto the outsides of the feet or the big toes with the first and middle finger. Bend your knees, taking that wide squat on the ceiling. You can take a little rock side to side, keeping that low back attached to the earth. And you can try straightening one leg, bending the other. Just don't force anything. Just waking up our body and noticing how it feels today. All right, take your heels back to the sky for waterfall. Grab your water guns. So take your palms together, leave your first and thumbs out. And we're going to lower the left leg, keeping it straight and flexing the feet. Lower up to the sky and shoot over to the right hip. And come back. Other side. And back up. We'll do 10, 9, slow and controlled. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Lead with your chest. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Give your knees a hug. And then let your knees fall over to the right. We're just gonna take a little supine twist before we start. Try to pin both shoulders onto the mat. And then turn your head over to the left, opposite your knees. And inhale your knees back to center. Give them a squeeze. Exhale, let them fall over to the left. Open up, look to the right. Going back to center, hug your knees in. And drop your feet to the mat. We're going to do a few more bridge poses, but we're going to take one-legged bridge pose. So take your shin parallel to the sky of your right foot. You can flex that foot if you'd like. And then press your right hand into that top part of your knee, your thigh right there. And you're just going to be pressing against the knee. The knee is pushing into the hand. And then with that, you'll hug the belly in, tilting that pelvis up toward the sky, pressing the low back in the mat, then lift your hips up. So you're pressing into that left heel, driving down, then lower down. We'll switch to the other side. When you're ready, get all your nice alignment ready to go. Drive through the right heel, squeeze the glute, and lift up. And we'll switch. We're going to hold these movements for 10 seconds now. Here we go. Lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. One more on this side. You got it. Here we go. Tilt your pelvis. Squeeze the glute. Lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Hug in. And then we're going to rock front to back. We'll end up in boat pose, your favorite. Here we go. And grab your block if you want to use one. So your shins can be bent or your legs can be straight. Grab your block, lift your chest to the sky. Let's do 20 tick-tocks. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees, low boat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. High boat. Tricked ya. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming into tabletop. Hands and knees. Here's where you might need your blanket or your padding for your knees. We will be on the knees for a little bit. Take a few cat-cows, originating from the pelvis, rounding up to the shoulders, then tucking the chin, originating from the tailbone into cow. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Practice that Ujjayi breath. And take a little sway side to side, waking up that IT band on your hip. So spread your hands nice and wide on the mat. Make sure your knees are under your hips. and your wrists are under your shoulders. Let's do some bird dog. So hug the belly in, kick the left heel back, and then stretch the right arm forward. Thumb pointing to the sky, hug it in. Stay here if that's enough balance and strength work for you. If you want to add on, then using your core, hug the elbow and knee to touch, rounding the back. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, bring it in. 2 more. And then place that hand and knee down. Other side, kick the right heel back, left hand forward. Hug the belly in, squeeze the glute. Inhale. Stay here or bring it in. Exhale. Inhale, reach out. Exhale in. 3 more. And bring that hand and knee down. Take 1 round of cat-cow. Come back to center. And now we're coming back to, actually we're gonna keep that right hand down, just kick the left heel back, and we're just gonna bring it over and tap behind the right foot and bring it back to center. Then tap over to the left, bring it back to center. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, squeeze the glutes, 3, 2, 1, back down. Woo! Shake out the wrists. Other side, kick the right heel back. We're gonna cross over, crossing behind the left. Bring it back over, out off your mat to the right. Okay, we'll do 10, 9, squeeze the glute, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back down. Let's stretch our wrists, back of the hand on the mat, fingers pointing to your knees. You can also tuck your toes under here, walk your hands back, turn the inside of your elbows outward, facing the top of your mat, and take some Ujjayi breaths. You can flip the palm pointing toward you and sit back again. Take a few more breaths. Then shake it out and tap it out and tabletop tops of your feet into the mat. All right. Here we go. Now we're gonna straighten the right leg out, kicking that right heel back. You're like, what? I thought we were done with this. Almost. And from here, try to keep your pelvis level so both the front of your hip bones are pointing to the ground. We're just gonna do little leg lifts, okay? So you let your glute do the work. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Kick the left heel, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Let's do some fire hydrant. So again, keeping the pelvis neutral, just lifting the knee out, flex the foot. We'll do 10, 9, 8, hug the belly in, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then kick that right heel back, and we're just gonna try to get the heel to touch the glute, keeping the knee up and straighten the leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it down. Shake out your hands. Woo-wee. All right, other side. Get ready. Fire hydrant on the left. Flex the foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick that heel back. Get ready to touch your glute with your heel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's take a child's pose. Knees wide. Stretch your arms down your mat. Rest your forehead on the mat. Reconnect with that Ujjayi breath. Do some little wrist circles if your wrists are hurting. Okay, from here, let's thread the right arm underneath the left, coming into thread the needle, palm face up on the right hand. Open your chest up to the left. Your hips can come over your knees if that's easier, or you can stay in that child's pose variation. Just stay here for 3 breaths. And lift the right arm up to the sky for a little counter stretch. Come back down, thread the left under the right for thread the needle on the other side. And inhale that left arm up to the sky. Good. Bring it back down. Walk your knees underneath your hips. And then we're going to come down to a forearm plank. So drop to your elbows. We'll give our wrists a little break. Clasp your hands. And if you'd like to stay here on your knees, just walk your knees back behind your hips. Hug the belly in. If you want to pop up to your toes, you can do that as well. Slightly rounding the upper back, but lowering the hips so you're in a nice straight line. Breathe. Now you can stay here if that's enough, or tap the right foot out, bring it back in. Left foot out, bring it in. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop to your knees. Ooh. And now let's go into side plank. So right forearm on the mat. You can stay on that right knee with it bent, and then take your left arm up to the sky. Or you can stack your feet and pick up your hips, you decide. Left arm goes up, and then we're gonna hug the belly in and curve that arm down and reach under that right armpit. Then lift it back up to the sky. We'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop that right knee down if it's not already there. and then rise up on that knee. Now let's reach that left arm overhead for gate pose. So root down through the outer edge of that left foot. Imagine a nice straight line of energy going from the outer edge of your foot out your fingertips. Breathe. You can look up or down. Awesome. Now rise all the way up on that right foot, that right knee, and reach over the opposite side for gate pose. In a nice side body stretch. Open your chest up. Look up. And come back down. It's time to do that on the opposite side. Left forearm down. You can keep that left knee on the ground. Right arm up to the sky. Make sure that left elbow is under your shoulder, or you can stack the feet like we did last time. Here we go. Reach down and under the left armpit. Lift up. 9, 8, 7, keep the hips up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Drop that left knee down if it's not already there. Lift the right arm up to the sky. Reach overhead. Root down through that outer right edge of your right foot. And then rise up for gate pose on that left knee. Straighten out the right, reach overhead with the left, over toward the right leg. Open your chest up and look up. And come back to center. Good. Now let's take downward facing dog. We're moving on to the balance. So from tabletop, make sure you have that perfect alignment. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, and take some deep breaths here. Pedal it out. Hug the belly in. You can bend the knees, lift the hips up and back. Make sure your hands are fanned out nice and wide and you're pressing into those fingertips. Let's take a little heel pivot over to the right. And then pivot over to the left. See that one more time each side. Get back to center. Bend your knees, look forward, and step to the top of your mat in a forward fold. You can grab your opposite elbows, let your head hang. Now, if you do have balance trouble, or maybe you have MS or some other condition where you are off balance sometimes, take your time coming up. So release your bind, squeeze your glutes, and lift up halfway. Flatten out your spine, pull the crown of your head toward the front of your mat. And then from here, let your head be the last to come up, squeezing the glutes, kind of rounding your spine as you come up. Taking your time, rounding your spine as you come up. Head is the last to come up. Good. Palms together at heart center. Now grab your block if you'd like to use it for balancing help, and place it to the outside of that right foot. And take all your weight onto the right foot. You can keep your hands at heart center or at your hips, coming into tree pose. And just take that left foot off the ground, keeping the toes there for a moment. Spreading out those right toes wide on your mat. Hug the belly in. It should be nice and warm by now. And take that knee, the left knee, out to the side. You can press the sole of that left foot into your ankle, keeping the toes on the ground. When you are ready, lifting that foot below or above your knee. Press your palms together or press your hands into your hips. Find a spot to stare at. Hug the belly in. Let your branches grow if and when you're ready. And take some deep Ujjayi breaths. And then bring your hands back to center and take your knee back to center, keeping it up. See if you can flex that left foot and lift the knee. And stay here, grounding down through that standing foot. See if you can add a little twist. So right arm forward, left arm back, twisting toward that knee that's popping up. Maybe gaze to the back hand. And come back to center. Take your time. See if you can straighten that leg out. And then bring it back in. Shake it out. Switch to the other leg. Let's give that leg a break. All right, all your weight on the left foot. Pick up the right toes, the right heel, keeping the toes on the ground. Root down through that left foot. Take the right knee out to the side. Find your drishti, your focal point. When you're ready to lift that foot below or above the knee, you can. Trying to keep your hips nice and square. Hug in that core. Lift your branches to the sky if you're ready. Ujjayi breath. And take that right knee forward. Bring your hands back to center. Lift that knee up, flex the foot. You want to take that twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. Gaze to the back hand. Come back to center slowly. See if you can extend that left leg. And then bring it back down. Shake it out. All right, here's where we're going to grab our strap. I'm switching that block to the other side, but we're actually done with tree pose, so you don't need this block anymore. And grab your strap if you want to use one. We're going to take that strap around the ball of that left foot. All right, and we're going to practice kicking that heel out in front of us, straightening that leg. So first lift that knee up, flexing that foot, holding onto the strap with your left hand. You can keep your right hand on your hip if you want. Slowly straighten that left leg, kicking the heel away from you, holding onto that strap. Hug the belly in, squeeze the glute. Try walking, holding onto the strap, pulling your arms closer to your toes. Your back will start to round, taking your nose toward your knee. and come back, center. Woo, that is serious. Whew. All right, take a deep breath. Let's loop it on the other foot. Now you can replay this video a few times, this part of the video a few times if you want some extra practice on this, or just pause the video, work each side a few times. Lift up that right knee, holding onto the strap. Slowly kick that left heel out away from you when you're ready, once you feel stable. Woo. One side might be easier than the other. You're going to walk your hands closer to your foot, bringing the nose to the knee. Oh, and then come down. Whew. I obviously need to work on that a few more times. Shake it out. Drop the strap. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, grab your right wrist with your left hand and lift it up and over to the left. Standing crescent. Look up. Other side. Left wrist up and over to the right. 2 more of those. Back up. And back to center. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back into a plank. Yay, plank. And then straighten your heels back toward the back of the mat. Send your heels back to the back of your mat. Hug the belly in. And then slowly lower down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to your belly. Woo. Take your arms out wide. Then lift your chest up off the ground. Keeping your low back relaxed, drop your right shoulder to the ground. Look under your left armpit. Then come back. Drop left shoulder down, look under the right. 2 more of those. And then take your arms out in front like you're flying through the air. Squeeze your glutes and lift your legs, your feet off the ground. We're just going to kick for 10 little baby kicks. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. 1 ear on the mat. Let's do that one more time. This time we're going to squeeze the glutes and lift the legs and then the arms. Lift the chest up off the ground. Here we go. We're going to move the arms and the legs this time. Little baby movements. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Other ear to the mat. Walk your fingers pointing to your feet. We're going to lift up for locust. So squeeze the glutes, lift the chest up off the ground. This time clasp your hands behind your back and pull your knuckles towards your feet, opening that chest up. Press down into the tops of your feet. Breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, other ear to the mat. Relax your hands. We're going to do that one more time. This time if you'd like to reach back and grab your toes, you can try that. I'd recommend grabbing them first. If you're not able to grab them, you can also try your strap by looping that strap around the tops of your feet or your ankles. And you can hold on to that strap. Okay, we're going to start with lifting our chest up off the ground. Pull your elbows back. You can lift using the strap, or you can reach back for those toes and kick into your hands for bow pose. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come out. Bend your knees, take your heels to the sky, windshield wiper your feet side to side. And remove the strap if you used one. We're going to take Sphinx pose as part of our cool down. So take your elbows underneath your shoulders. Relax your lower back, relax your glutes. And then pull your shoulder blades together on your back, opening your chest up, keeping the low back relaxed. First, look up to the sky. Then take your right ear towards your right shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. And drop that chin to your chest. Keep opening the chest. Relax your head down, crossing your hands at the top of the mat. For crocodile, take your feet wide off the mat. And you can take your toes pointing out to the sides. Rock your forehead side to side. Feels so nice out today. Best breeze for this video. I wish you guys could feel it. All right, take your hands underneath your shoulders, walk your feet back in, tuck your toes under and press up to tabletop and take a child's pose. This time keep your knees together and round your back over the knees. Reach back and try to grab your head down toward the mat. And if you can, take the crown of your head, the top of your head onto the mat, holding onto your heels, lift your hips up to the sky and round your back for rabbit pose. We're barely putting any pressure on our head here. We're mostly lifting our hips and rounding our back to the sky. If you want to release your heels and clasp your hands behind your back and straighten your arms overhead, you can try that. And come back down and roll slowly onto your back. Give your knees a hug. Let's take a little outer hip stretch before we end. Supine pigeon, crossing that right foot on top of the left thigh. Reach through your legs, grab the back of the left thigh and pull it toward your chest. Again, if you're having trouble reaching your legs, you can grab that strap, loop it behind the left leg, and hold on to it and pull your legs toward your chest. Stay here for 5 Ujjayi breaths. And take your left heel toward your right glute. Left heel, right glute. Reach down with your right hand. Grab the left toes. Lower the right foot and left knee all the way down to the ground. Stack the right foot on top of that left knee. Get a nice hip flexor stretch here, pressing that right knee slightly away from you. You can keep holding onto those toes or release them. Take the left arm overhead, resting on the ground. Close your eyes. And release that foot. Take the left foot crossed over the right knee. Reach through for supine pigeon on the other side. Flexing that left foot. You can push that left knee away from you with your left elbow if you can. Lengthen the back of your neck. Taking that anti-selfie face. Double chins. Breathe. 5 Ujjayi breaths. And take that right heel toward your left glute, right heel, left glute. Reach down with the left hand and grab the right toes. Lower that knee and foot down to the ground. Stack the left foot on top of the right knee. Gently press that knee away. You can hold on to the toes or let go of them. Right arm goes overhead. And release those toes. Give your knees a nice big hug. We're going to take banana pose, one of my favorites. So straighten your legs down your mat. Walk both feet over to the right off your mat. Cross the left foot on top of the right. And then take both arms overhead. Take them over to the right as well. You can gently pull on that left wrist if you'd like with your right hand. Open your chest to the sky. Keep both shoulders pinned to the mat. Hips stay in the middle, hip bones pointing up, and breathe. On your next inhale, bring both arms and legs back to center. Lie here for a couple breaths. Notice how you feel on either side. And then walk both feet off the mat to the left. Cross the right ankle on top of the left. Both arms over to the left as well. You can gently grab that right wrist, shoulders on the mat, glutes on the mat, and breathe. And then inhale back to center. Take a few deep breaths. Give your knees a hug. Rock side to side. You can take another one of those supine butterfly poses that we started with. Take another happy baby. Give your knees a final hug, and then relax into final resting pose. Let's take pentacle with your feet out really wide, arms out really wide. Take up a ton of space. If you want to feel more grounded, take your blanket on top of your abdomen. And take 3 deep breaths. Then allow your breath to become soft and gentle as you let go. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring movement back into your body. and roll over to one side of your body. And take a deep breath in, long breath out. And sit up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together at heart center and bow your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and let it go. Thank you for joining me today. I hope your core feels nice and strong. Hope your balance feels more steady. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Peace out, yogis.